Hello and welcome to the veterinary anatomy brainry, and today we're going to see some more features of the brain. Last time we have seen the external features on the dorsal surface, on the ventral surface this side. So today let us dissect some part of the brain and see what are the other features that are just interior to that of the brain. So last time we have discussed it that this brain has two surfaces. One of the surfaces is this, the dorsal surface, and one of the surface is this is the ventral surface. And today we are going to dissect it and let us see what are the things that are in the medial aspect of this brain. So as you know that this brain has one bigger part what you call as a cerebrum, and the smaller part is here what you call as a cerebellum. And this cerebrum basically has two parts, that is divided by this longitudinal fissure, because the part of the dura mater will be fixed here what you call as a falx cerebri. A fold of dura mater will be fixed here what you call as a falx cerebri, and with the result there will be the two divisions of this cerebral of this cerebrum as a cerebral hemispheres. One will be the right and one will be the left cerebral hemispheres. So let us go and cut along with this longitudinal groove, and let us see what are the features inside of the brain. So before that, these two cerebral hemispheres, how they are connected, because there is a type of the fiber. If you see the type of the fibers in the brain, there will be three types of the fibers. One is association fiber, one is projection fiber, and one is a commissural fiber. Association fiber means that the fibers either they will be terminating here or they will be going from this cerebrum to the area where they have to go. Likewise, the fibers, those fibers are called association fibers. They will terminate or they will originate from the cerebrum, and they will be either sensory or they will be the motor. Then there are the projection fibers. Projection fibers means they are connecting same part of the cerebral hemisphere. Likewise, if the fiber is here, if the fiber is originating here, it will connect to the other part of the cerebrum here. So if you name the here, if it is a frontal lobe, if it is a parietal lobe, that means this will be here from frontal to parietal. The fibers will be fiber will be connecting, and those type of fibers usually is called as projection fibers. Now there is a third type of the fiber that is connecting the two cerebral hemispheres, and those are called as commissural fibers. And one of the best example for the commissural fiber is the group of fibers that is connecting these two cerebral hemispheres here inside in this deep longitudinal groove, and the example is the corpus callosum. So let us see if you can see the corpus callosum here. They will be the white in color. Because while separating these two cerebral hemispheres, we have to cut the corpus callosum. So if you look how deep there, this one that I have made a cut here, this is basically the corpus callosum. Here, this is a commissural fiber here, this is the commissural fibers that are connecting these two parts of the cerebral hemispheres. So let us give a cut and let us cut it through this longitudinal groove. So here I am making a cut and I am basically cutting here the corpus callosum. So before going further cut, so I have made a half cut here. I have not completely separated these two cerebral hemispheres. Now if you can see that almost these two cerebral hemispheres has been separated. But before going to the further cut, so this area, if you see this mass here, this is the pineal gland here. So this is the pineal gland. So this is called as, here the other name of the pineal gland is epiphysis cerebri, because the one more gland will be on the downside on the ventral aspect, that is called hypophysis cerebri or pituitary gland. And here this area, this white area and this white area was basically the corpus callosum that connects these two cerebral hemispheres. So this is the pineal gland, if you clearly see. It's the pineal gland. And the sides you can see, find the cavities. This side also there is a cavity. So basically these are the ventricles. So these are the ventricles, and there are three ventricles in the brain, four in number. Two lateral, one of the ventricle will be here, this one, and one will be here. So these are the two lateral ventricles. One will be the third ventricle, because this part, so this is the pineal gland, and this rounded mass what you see here, this is the thalamus, and underneath of the thalamus will be the third ventricle, and one more ventricle will be underneath of this cerebellum. So here will be the fourth ventricle. All these ventricles will be lined by ependyma, and other things. There will be ependymal cell lines, and there will be also the choroid plexus, and these things will lead to the formation of the CSF. And this is how the CSF is produced, and how they just move from one place to another place, from these ventricles, from lateral ventricle 2, third ventricle 1, and fourth ventricle 1. So now we are going to give it a deep cut to separate it. So I am cutting this cerebellum. This is a cerebellum also. I am cutting this also. So again, before cutting, because these things will be cut afterwards, so just at this level you find these four rounded eminences, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Two big, what you call as a cranial, and two small, these are called as colliculi. Four colliculi, this is together term, these are called as corpora quadrigemna. So when you are going to cut, so two will come in this side, two will come on that side. So these are called as, the big one are called as superior colliculi, the smaller ones are called as inferior colliculi. And if you look out here, a small fiber like thing is coming out. So this is basically the fourth nerve. So this is the only nerve that is coming dorsally. What I told in the last lecture, that all the nerves are coming on the ventral aspect. This is the only nerve, the fourth nerve, that is coming on the dorsal aspect of the brain. So you can see here a nerve here. So this is the fourth nerve that is coming on the dorsal aspect, because this is a dorsal surface. So it will be coming this way. One will be, because it will be in the pair, one will be here and one will be here, this way. So this is the only nerve that is coming on the dorsal aspect of the brain. Rest of the nerves are usually present on the ventral aspect of the brain. So this fourth nerve is the only nerve that is coming on the dorsal aspect. You can see this is the nerve, the fourth nerve, the trochlear nerve here. You can see it. So let us give the cut now. So now we can give a cut. So here we have given the cut on the two parts, and you can see that. So this is the lateral ventricle, and this is the thalamus. This is that part of superior colliculi. This is the inferior colliculi. This is the cerebellum. You see the arrangement of the white matter in the cerebellum in the form of a tree, and this is called as arbora vitae. So this is how the white matter is arranged in the form of a tree. This is also called as the soul of life in this area. And this is how the gray matter is arranged in the cerebellum. So this is inferior colliculi. That one, that small fiber, is the fourth nerve. And here, underneath of this, here will be the fourth ventricle. So fourth ventricle will be here. The third ventricle will be here. And this is the lateral ventricle. This is the area of corpus callosum, how they are joined, corpus callosum part here. So likewise here in this also, see here, so this is the lateral ventricle, this is the thalamus, and this is the area what is called as a hypothalamus, because thalamus underneath is called as a hypothalamus. And this will be, this is the pineal gland, it has come whole with this part, this is the pineal gland, and this is the part of corpora quadrigemina and superior colliculi, and this is basically the part of the fourth ventricle, because this has come out, this cerebellum has come out, so this is the fourth ventricle, and from here the spinal cord will start. This is basically the spinal canal, because this is the spinal cord, so this is the spinal canal. So all these will be communicating, this lateral will be communicating with the third will be communicating with the fourth will be communicating with the spinal canal, and the spinal CSF will be circulating like that. So these are some of the features of when you are going to dissect the brain. So there is more to come in the coming lectures. Thank you.